Man, it's sad when you gotta do a reaction to yourself. I had a show yesterday where I was explaining that we basically Jerry and Steven are moving in a better direction culturally. But in that stream, I went into a tangent, and it was sparked by my brother Wee Woo, and I got to talking about, you know, how we basically got here in terms of the DTs, and it frustrated me. But it's a very, very important clip because it has a lot to do with today, and we are really kind of falling for the same trap that we was falling for when it came to one tech, the shoes. And I ain't gonna lie, as I began to talk about and remember what I was going through, I became very frustrated. Very frustrated. And y'all know I don't usually do morning shows. That ain't really my thing. So if I'm showing up in the morning, it's probably been on my mind, right? And I figured the best way to kind of explain this is to kind of react and slow it down to what I was saying yesterday. Because we are, being all the way honest with everybody, to me, we are running the same mind state, and it's a passive mind state that had us not willing to be aggressive for one tech when I was fighting for it. So you go see me in this clip, I'm gonna be a little bit frustrated, but I'm gonna respond much calmer, you know. So that's why I have Boss show me calm and an angry me, because I honestly deserve to be angry. I do. I deserve to be angry because when you pushing for ideas to win, sometimes you the one that get treated like the enemy. You get treated like the bad guy, and you the one that's telling everybody the truth. And especially when what you was telling people worked out exactly like you said was gonna happen. But now these same people not trusting you when you trying to warn them about the passivity at edge, because it's passive, and it's a passive mentality that I'm seeing that has taken over Cowboy Nation. It's a loud passivity too, and I want to throw cold water on it. That's my goal, is to throw cold water on it and wake us up to the seriousness of this opportunity. Yeah. And Sticky, you said it best. Hold on, you say I got an echo? I got an echo. Let me see if I can get that echo out. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me play with my sound real quick. Listen, you got to be very cold at this audio stuff. Let me see if I can fix it. Watch this. I think I can fix it. Watch this. 1, 2, 1, 2. Is that better? Is that better? Hold on. 1, 2, 1, 2. Is that better? 1, 2. Y'all let me know. All right, hold on real quick. 1, 2, 1, 2. Hold on, I know another way to fix it. Let me fix it this way. 1, 2. Y'all let me know if that sound better. 1, 2. All right, that should be better. All right, that should have removed the echo. And so let me read this super chat with my boy Sticky. My boy Sticky said, give me 1 second, let me show Sticky comment. Then I'm gonna get right into it. This gonna be a good one, because I got a lot to say. Okay, they say it's better, good. And then Big Time say, I don't mind being the bad guy. We can't. Not when you trying to really win. Not when you really for your team. And see, the off season is a time to where we know Cowboy Nation. They go try to pressure you and they go try to push you into straight positive content. So even if you given a fair warning of things we need to address, they're gonna get skittish. And it's a lot of content creators, they pander and they play to that because they know a majority of Cowboy fans just want to hear good news. They want to hear Gary is all we need, and free agency was a A. And so when you say, nah, we can do better, and we need to be aggressive here. Boss, you've been negative. So, and y'all saying I'm good. So yeah, like Sticky said it best. We're not undercutting Gary. It's not an undercut. It's just we can do better. And we need more, especially in the area of pass rush. So let me get into it now because I think my sound is better. Let's just jump right into it. And I'm going to react to what I was saying yesterday. All right, listen.
You stand there with this big house burger.
Oh, do y'all remember these days? See, isn't it funny that the person who was championing for us to get a veteran one tech, y'all remember when people was fighting me on this? Do y'all remember those days? Do y'all remember those days where it was a few of us that was pushing to respect one tech? Because they kept pushing our guys as solutions to the run stoppers. And we would be like, Mozzie too young. Don't depend on no rookie. That's what I'm saying now for Edge. Oh, they ain't listening though. And like I said, I'm gonna slow down. I'm gonna slow this thing down. Do y'all remember? A lot of people remember that I was pushing hard for us to get a one tech. And I was saying, don't trust a rookie. Don't trust a rookie to do a grown man job. Don't do it. Even yesterday when we was debating, Okoye, Lou, and myself, Foots, Okoye said the same thing. He was like, most rookies get off slow. And he named about 5 of them. And I was like, that's my exact point. That's my exact point. Is for all the people, let's just draft a rookie. Let's just draft a rookie. Right? So, and I'm like, okay, you admitted yourself, Okoye, that likely if we draft a rookie, he's not going to be an impactful player. Generally, because he named some people. He named Sweat. He named, I think, Chason. He named about 4 people that all got off the slow start. And that's exactly what I said. I was saying now, and that's what I was saying then. That's what I was saying then when I was fighting for one tech. And that's why I stopped and say, people not listening. They still not listening. You got this dude named Judah. He and her hating and shit. He talking about Corey was talking basically logic to you last night and you still don't get it. Judah, I already know where you stand, bro. You on some positivity bullshit. You can't handle like real facts and truth.
You can't handle the truth.
So you want to believe that we're fine. And I'm over here like, no, we're not. Just like I was warning about this one tech. And it's people like this dude, Judah. They are the enemy. They are the enemy. Because when you trying to give a fair warning, like I was trying to give on one tech, they come at you like you the one that's sabotaging the team. They come at you like you the one that was lying, even after it's proven that I was telling the truth. That I was saying we needed a veteran one tech. Just like I'm saying we need a veteran edge. We will be compromising Dak's window to go into the draft with a need for edge. Because likely, I don't care how good they seem to be, they usually don't get going until at least 3 years. And then Zil said, I'm more worried about linebacker. Why? Why are you more worried about linebacker? What makes linebacker an issue? Because we was top 3 in run stoppage, which is the main job of a linebacker. Why did we we was close to last or dead last in pressures and sacks. And so Judah say, see, and I'm telling you, these type of people, I'm telling you, they are the enemy. Because it's all about positivity with some of these people. That's why it's easy to pander to them. Because that's all they want, is positivity. So let me show you. And I went through this yesterday with Okoye and Foots. He said, if you can't admit we're better now than in 2020, what is the panic for? So I said the same thing yesterday in the debate. The exact same thing. On the back end, I can say we're better. But I'm not going to sit up here and lie and act like we are just clearly better at edge. And that's definitely not true. Because, and I said this yesterday, Okoye also agreed with this. Clowning played better than Gary, especially given the degree of difficulty. Clowning came off the street, had close to, he almost had half the snaps, but had just as many tackles for loss and close to the amount of sacks. So how is your edge room better? If Gary's supposed to be a replacement for Clowning, but Clowning off the street was better. How's that better? So I can say that back end better, but when you try to say, but that right there, we need to work on that. People like Judah, I need you to just admit we're better, because that's what he want to hear. And I'm giving a real warning, just like the warning that I gave at One Tech for years. They ain't listening. You know what Cowboy Nation saying? Go draft one. Go draft one. That's what they saying. That's how Koye finished yesterday. He said, we're going to have to draft one. And I said, no. We need to go get a VetWarDaddy. And it's realistic for us to get a VetWarDaddy. It's realistic. If we was willing to offer a first and a second for Crosby, it won't cost you a first and a second for Kayvon Thibodeau. It won't cost you a first and a second for Sweat. You have the capital to get a guy that can be a difference maker when it comes to getting after the quarterback. But what do a lot of fans want to do? Just like what we did with Mozzie. Just like what we did with, we get these One Techs and we draft them in the 7th round and we say we're good. And I say we're not. And when I say we're not, I become the enemy. I said I was the same one that was telling y'all we needed a vet, One Tech. Now, ain't it funny? When I was pushing for the One Tech, do you remember what they were saying? Boss, we don't really need One Tech because they was attacking the edges, boss. They was attacking the edges, boss. Boss, we don't really need that. See, them the same people right now that's saying, see, we got One Tech, boss. We don't need edges. Man, f*** y'all, man. Like, real talk, f*** you, man. Like, now, why did I get upset about that? Because I didn't lie. I didn't lie. Everything that I said was true. Everything that I said. let's be honest. Who did more content than me on getting shoes?
Is it the shoes?
Created a whole campaign called it shoes. Basically saying you might have the whole outfit right, but if you don't get those shoes right and you don't go spend for them shoes, your outfit not gonna be right. And we was talking about one tech.
Is it the shoes?
And we begin to call them shoes. You got to get your shoes right. That was a thing on this channel. Just like little mama right here. Nice little body, but them shoes was off. And yeah, and it's true. As I was pushing for one tech, them same people that was like, cause y'all saw this, y'all was here. What was people saying when I was pushing for one tech and doing show after show after show after show about needing better veteran shoes? Show after 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 show, and then people wonder why I say, man, fuck y'all. Boss, he wasn't professional. It's like, I can't get tired of this shit, bro. I can't get tired of people playing. People clearly not serious. I'm over here like, bro, we need some shoes. Y'all was here when I was saying we need some shoes, and y'all was seeing people responding, well, Brada said that, it was the edges that was getting protected, so we don't really need a one tech. So now we got the one tech, and it's working dope as hell, like I said it would. Boss, we don't really need edge, bro. Then you wonder why I cuss your ass out. Then you wonder why on that clip I said, man, fuck y'all, man. Because it's not serious. Because it's a lot of us are not serious. We want positivity. We don't want real answers. And when you get real answers, a lot of people fight the truth. They fight it.
You can't handle the truth.
For real. You playing games, bruh. Like, for real. Like, this is true what I just said, bruh. Like, when I was out here pushing for one tech, boss, they was attacking the edges, boss. You're being dramatic, boss. Boss, why are you the only one over here pushing for this? See, now we get it. Now, boss, we don't need edges, boss. We don't need edges, man. Come on, bro. Like, what are we doing, bro? What I was saying for one tech also applies for edge. What I was saying for one tech applies for edge. You got to get a veteran, especially in Dak's final window. People that's serious are saying that. Exactly what I said about one tech applies for edge. We can just look at Donovan Ezeraku as an example. This is what happens when you lean on rookies. Because we all know that they had a grade of 12 on him. They said it was real life discussions about picking him at 12 with Booker. But yet he came in here with 2 sacks, which is normal. That's not shitting on him. That's normal. That's okay. Okoye said that last night. He was like, yeah, go look at Sweat. His first year, 2 sacks. That's my point. That's what my brother said. Shout out to my brother, cause he kept it real. He was like, And that's why I was like, that's why we need to be aggressive about getting a vet, especially when Dallas put on a table a first and a second for Crosby. That means they have the capital. And we can't sit back because we want positivity. Because we want positivity and just ignore the pattern. Yeah, Judah, I'm gonna deal with that misconception, because it's a major misconception. Because a lot of y'all, frankly, not reading the trends right. You think you are, but you're not. People keep going to Kansas City. Where was their edges? Where was? It's like, bro, no, we not gonna do that fake ass shit. No, we not gonna do that. We not gonna act like. I already addressed that point, so let me go back and address it again. But see, sometimes y'all just don't want to hear it, even though it's right in your face. You generally do not want to depend on rookies because it take them too wild to develop, bro. It take them too long to develop, bro. Yeah. So I have not changed, but notice they changed. Now they taking what I was pushing for and trying to use it against Edge. Yeah, that's what Judah doing right now. They taking what I was pushing for with the one tech and they using it against Edge when they wasn't helping me fight for one tech. Now the same people who didn't lift a finger when I was when we was over here, not just me, when we was over here pushing for shoes.
Is it the shoes?
They didn't lift a finger to help that cause. They didn't lift a. They didn't send a hashtag. They didn't do shit. But now, let me keep going. Oh my God, that's a fact of what I just said. Who was in the streets fighting with me on these one texts? It wasn't that many. It wasn't that many. It wasn't that many at all. It was J Tuck, Hen, and Lou. It wasn't and Star. And Star. I gotta add Star. Star was in there too. Keystone was in there too. We had some people that was fighting for one tech. So if I left your name out, it wasn't intentional. But it wasn't that many. It was quiet. It was most people. Give Jay a chance, boss. Give rookie Jay a chance. Me and Keystone over here like, no. I'm not leaning on a rookie. Sorry. In a rotation. I'm not. And many at all. But now they want to take what we fought for and use it against Edge. We wouldn't even have this if we wasn't fighting for this. Yeah, it's the same shit. Boss, we don't need Edge. Y'all was saying that same shit when I was fighting for one tech. And they was. They was saying that same. Boss, you're overreacting to the one tech. Boss, come on. Come on, boss. Come on, boss. You've been dramatic. I was here. Wasn't it? Was it? See, now everybody say, you build from the inside out. That's how you build these teams. Y'all got it from me. Y'all got that from me. Y'all was not saying that in July when I was saying it. Y'all was quiet as we was fighting for one tech. But now we got some one techs and it's dope as hell. It worked. And now we don't need edges. Let's just draft. Let's go younger. Now that I'm fighting for pass rushes, well, boss, we don't need that. I've never seen a group of people fight for mediocrity like us. I swear to God, I've never seen a group of fans fight to be mediocre like us. I ain't lying. I ain't lying either. That's true. Like, look at the talk. Like, look at people like Judah. You don't really need elite. Now, Dallas put it in our budget to get Crosby, a first and a second. And we still over here like, we don't need it. It's like, what the fuck? I gotta have a button for that type of thinking.
What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
Fighting to be mediocre. That's what they was doing when I was fighting for one tech. Buzz, you don't need all of that. You got J2 and Mozzie. Boss, you don't need all of that. Fighting to be mediocre. They fighting to be average. They're mad at me because I want to upgrade. Bro, I'm not lying. I feel like I'm in a Twilight Zone. You don't need to have elite. You don't have to have that. Yeah. Yeah, you can win with Sam Darnold. You can. Obviously you can. But if you can get a better quarterback, if it's in your budget, that's better. That's better. But see, people get that with quarterback. They just get backwards when it comes to trenches. See, if I say that same example with quarterback, they say, yeah, of course. Yeah, you can win with Sam Darnold. But if you get a chance to upgrade and you can change him to Matt Stafford, of course you do that. Of course. See, they get it when it comes to quarterback, but they turn cuckoo for Cocoa Pops when it comes to edge and one tech. They become cuckoo. We don't need that. I've never seen that shit. Like, we the only people that's like, well, why would you try to get Crosby? Why? Why, boss? Why would you even aim high, boss? Why would you do that? True. Yeah. So now, I'm not wrong on this, bro. I'm not wrong on this. And if you build this team wrong, it can turn around and slap you when you need it. Oh. See, let's not forget. See, Micah got blamed versus Green Bay. But did Micah have adequate one techs that help stop the run? Oh. Or did you get slapped when you needed it? See, Boss was calling for this for 3 years. We just did it last year. What if they would have took one tech serious when I was first calling for it 3 years ago? Yeah, it slapped us when we needed it. So all those people, boss, come on, boss. You don't really need one tech. I'm trying to prevent us from getting slapped. Well, we need pass rush and we need to close out a game and we're going against Matt Stafford in the playoffs and he driving with Puka Nacua. Who's the guy that can get his ass on the ground? Who's the guy that can pressure him and mess up the drive? Are you certain we have that? So why are we fighting improvement? Why? See, the team was built wrong when I was pushing for linebacker. And when I was saying Dan Quinn is saying he want Bobby Wagner, y'all. Oh, boss, you being negative. What's wrong with LVE? What's wrong with LVE, boss? Listen, y'all, he is not Bobby, okay? He's a good linebacker. He is not Bobby. And people hated me for that, for telling the truth. Listen, y'all, I like LVE, but he wasn't Bobby Wagner then. Bobby Wagner was leading the league and leading the whole league in tackles in that period, 2 years in a row. Dan Quinn was trying to get him. I was agreeing with Dan Quinn. Hey, get him. Boss, you being negative. It bit us in the ass. Boss, what's wrong with Gary, boss? Boss, what's... The same shit I'm saying. He's good. He is not enough.
You can't handle the truth. You want answers? You can't handle the truth. You want answers?
See, in this period, a lot of people go try to be positive. They go try to spin Gary into, we're good. Boss, you tripping. We're good. Yeah, like what Biscuit said. He's good. He's not Max. He's not Sweat. When it comes to pass rush, he not. I'm going to double check and see if he played a run better. I'm going to do my homework on that. I'm going to go behind my brother and double check the work on that. But he showed not Sweat when it comes to pass rush. He definitely not Kayvon Thibodeau. He not. Boss, you're negative. Boss, you're negative. Hold on. See, this is how I know you're a positive pamper. This is how I know you're a positive pamper. You say you're too hung up on Crosby thing, let it go. See, this is how I know you're a positivity pamper, where I'm pissing you off because I'm showing an area where we need to improve, and you don't want to hear that because you want positivity. Now, raise your hand if you heard me push more than Crosby. Raise your hand if we've done content, if you heard us do content on way more than Crosby. Raise your hand. Raise your hand as Judah is lying on my name and Lou's name. Judah is lying. He's lying. I'm not just talking about Crosby. On this presentation, on the debate yesterday, on all my content, we looked at already over 12 different edges. He's lying. And that's evidence that you know he just being argumentative, and it's not about the Cowboys. He just want to feel good. Everybody that been paying attention for 5 seconds know that I have not just been talking about Crosby, but they lie on my name and they lie on Lou like we're shoving Crosby down their throat. And that's a lie. We have been aiming high. That's why we go with him, but we've definitely given way more options that we will be content with. Way more options. That's how you know he's a positivity pamper boy. And this is how they move. They exaggerate, they lie, they come in and they say, boss is shoving Crosby down our throat. You're a damn lie. Everybody that been listening to this content know I've been pushing way more than Crosby. That's why the whole term is we need a vet war Daddy. And that's what they do. Remember I told you it's the positivity pamper people. They are the real enemy. Because when you try to improve, they get mad at you. They get mad at you when you say we need one tech. Yeah. And I like this comment. And I think this is fair. Boss, your channel is starting to become you proving you're right. Please don't turn this into people that's been watching. No, you know your shit, and it been. But at the same time, this is why I'm pushing back on them, because we need to recruit them positive pamper people too. It's not about proving you right. It's about fighting back their lies, and it's also about trying to wake them up. And I'm basically giving people like Judah tough love. I'm basically telling him, grow up. Join the winning side. Stop being that type of fan that want to be a positive pamper. Grow up. We need y'all. We need y'all to get on a team of improvement and not on a team of we're good enough. So I'm going to challenge them. And I'm going to challenge them to their face, because I'm giving people like him tough love. So, but let me go back to what I was saying. See, this is why I got upset, because see, I was the one when I showed this fighting to get us Clarks. I was fighting to get us Q Williams. I'm the one that created the graphic that showed that the 5-year trends is that DTs was some of the most important factors to winning the Super Bowl when I was fighting for the one text. But I did not create that to shit on Edge. Listen, nobody was talking about this before I did. Nobody was showing a trend of one text and investing in a one text and quality DTs as being keys to the Super Bowl until I did. Nobody was doing that. That's why I asked in the middle, and I asked, is Dallas keeping up with the trend of superstar DTs? I asked that question because I was doing what I'm doing now. I was pushing for us to be better. It's timestamp. July 13th, 2025. Before Clark, before Quinn Williams. And I asked this question: are the Dallas Cowboys keeping up with the trend the past 5 years of every champion? Every champion the last 5 years has prioritized DTs, every one, even this previous one, even Seattle. Mozzie needs help at the one tech. The 3 tech is strong. Please don't put all the pressure on Mozzie and Jay. That's what I'm saying right now with Gary. But I'm being treated like the enemy. Real talk. I'm the one that created the graphic. I put the thought out there. Nobody else put the thought out there. And that's a fact. Listen to this.
Allow Mozzie's superhero ability to flash. If not, you may need to just trade him.
If it doesn't fit, you might as well trade. Damn. So, I would say Dallas Cowboys. Copy the champions, my man. What are the champions doing? This is in July. Way before Clark. Way before Quinn Williams. This is when they were saying, boss, why are you pushing for this? because you're making a big deal out of this. They was attacking the edges anyway, boss. You're being dramatic. I was pushing for it anyway. You know what the champions do? If I look at champions take DT very serious. Very serious. They don't have a passive mentality when it comes to DT. They don't have a passive mentality when it comes to DT. But what was we doing? Boss, I'm cool with Jay. Boss, you're panicking. You're panicking. So, I like Mozzie going into year 3 a lot. I feel good about it. I love Osa and Solomon and all them other 3 techs. I hate the depth behind Mozzie. So my message to you, Dallas, is get your shoes together. Get your shoes together. What did they end up doing? They got their shoes together. Yeah, they got their shoes together. And them same people that was calling me negative are now using my idea against Edge when they was not for this in the first place. They was not supporting this in the first place. They didn't lift a finger to help this cause. Now them same people taking what I was pushing for and saying, because of this, we don't need Edge. But them the same people that was saying, J Tua, who he finna, who. And what did I say? Get your shoes together.
If Bruno Magli makes shoes that look like the shoes they had in court that's involved in this case, I would have never worn those ugly ass shoes.
You thought those were ugly ass shoes?
Boss, you call your own players ugly shoes? Boss. That's why I can't support your channel. Cause you just so damn negative. You called your own players ugly shoes. You're so damn negative.
Magli makes shoes that look like the shoes they had in court that's involved in this case. I would have never worn those ugly ass shoes.
You thought those were ugly ass shoes?
Yes.
Why were they ugly ass shoes?
Because in my mind they were.
What about them was ugly, Mr. Simpson?
The look of them, the style of them.
What about the style?
I don't know, they were ugly to me. Aesthetically, I felt that they were ugly, and I guess beauty is an eye to the beholder, and to me they were ugly shoes.
Is it the shoes?
And devalue Edge. I'm like, wait. I didn't create that graphic to then turn around and say we don't need Edge. Wait. Y'all flipped it. This was, listen, fighting for one tech, that was us. Now they trying to act like they was the champions of the movement. I was champion one tech. No, you was. No, they wasn't. No, they wasn't. They wasn't. The same people that would stop the run was pushing Jay. The same people that was, hey, shit, we just need to stop the run. They was pushing Jay. I wasn't pushing that shit. I was like, These are receipts. These are facts. But now they done hijacked the movement that literally I started with Lou, J Tuck, and Star. And it don't matter who started. We was working together. All of us was like, bro, we need to do, and Henny. All of it, fuck who started it. It don't matter who started it. You was not, sir. It was a whole lot of y'all, oh, we're good. Why is Boss over here overreacting about one tech? Why is he overreacting? Doing all the content. We don't really need that one tech that Boss is talking about. But not everybody. Oh, y'all remember that? Y'all remember people doing them sneak diss videos? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? Where they would just come out and say, well, you know, I was listening to Brian Brothers and he said, you know, there's a lot of talk about this one tech. I keep hearing that they're attacking the edges. So Brian Brothers said it, so what Boss got to say about that? Then I had to go out there and show the film and show that the edges was actually the corners. It wasn't the edges like what most people think about. Like, and most teams was trying to attack corners and make them tackle. And I showed that. And I showed that way before anybody was talking about that. But I also showed, especially in the Ravens game, that we got gashed in that middle as well. I showed it with the film. But it was a whole lot of people that was throwing out content. I don't know what Boss is talking about, but we don't really need all of that. We don't really need what Boss is saying. Same people taking credit though for these two. Taking it too. Well, Boss, we don't really need Edge because we got Quentin Williams. Well, I needed you when I was pushing for Quentin Williams. That's when I needed you. You was ghost. You was pushing for Jay. You was saying Jay was gonna be okay. Yeah, you should be thanking me, but you're not. You still resisting improvement. And when I push for improvement, a lot of y'all push for mediocrity. And you say the same things you were saying when I was pushing for one tech. We're good enough. I didn't want to take credit for it now. Ain't that some shit? It's like, damn, the same people that was pushing against me now pushing against me. Hey, goddamn. Did you hear that? The same people that was pushing against me are still pushing against me. I ain't lie. The exact same people that was pushing against me, pushing for one tech and them shoes, are the exact same people pushing against Edge and getting after the quarterback.
Is it the shoes?
Is this about pushing against Boss and Lou? Like, what is this really about? Or is this about the best idea? I think some of this is tribal, to be honest. I think some of this is morphed into some tribalism. Some people trying to get revenge because they lost their take on Booker. Is some of this tribal? That's why I said I was going to slow this down. Because I said so many real things too fast. I need to slow. Is this tribal? Let me slow down and talk about that. Is this tribal? Is some of this tribal? Did some of y'all listen to the debate yesterday for truth, or was it listening to the debate because you already had your mind made up on who you was gonna ride with? Did you walk in like, let me hear these people go back and forth like a presidential debate? I'm gonna listen to both sides. I respect all of them. We gonna let it play out, and then I'm gonna render my judgment after I heard the whole case. See, what does our legal system do? Our legal system says you have a prosecutor and a defense. You hear both sides, you listen to both evidence, then y'all get together and you pass judgment. Did y'all see that yesterday? Or was it Team Boss, Team Lou versus Team Okoye, Team Foots? Is it tribal? Are we struggling to get to the best idea because people have put a flag down? And it's about wanting to be right versus who is telling the truth, who presented facts, who gave evidence, who made the case. Are we tribal? Is it hard for us to actually get to a solution because we're tribal? It never should have been anybody on my team, on the Okoye team, on Lou team, or on Foot's team. Everybody should have been on Team Cowboys yesterday. It should have been Team Cowboys. I respect these guys, but I'm not on their team. I'm on a team of the person that makes the best case. I'm on a team of the person that fully spelled out whether we are headed in the right direction or are there risks that we need to address. So I ask again, are we tribal? Are some people already sided with Boss because Boss is your favorite? Well, some people already sided with Okoye? Or did you, and I'm gonna say this, I know most of the people that rock on my channel, they wasn't rocking with me like that. Cause see, I know we got executives in here. The same people that'll say amen to what I say on this channel will fight the shit out of me. I know that. Like common sense. Man, common sense will be in the amen corner all day until he hears something he don't agree with. And guess what he'll say? Boss, I want to call in to box you. To box. Like, now, common sense is one of my best homies. He one of the people that I call every now and then. Him and Tyrone Church. I talk to them sometimes off the phone. Black, like Rebel, like it's a lot of y'all I talk on the phone with. We've become friends. Like real life. These my dogs. This my sister. Rebel, we be talking about shit. She be talking about video games. She be putting me on Tubi movies. That's my girl. But Rebel would tell me in a heartbeat, boss, I don't see that. I don't really like what you talking about. I don't like Devin the same way. Devin will be with me all day until he not. Until he not. I swear to God. And that's how we rock. Shit. And I ain't got no problem with that. Because guess what? Every one of them are putting the Cowboys first. Tyrone Church tell me all the time on Twitter, I disagree, boss. I disagree. And tell me in a heartbeat, I don't agree with that, boss. I know you got the channel. You're the YouTuber. You got the mic. And Tyrone will walk right in my face and say, not that point. Like, I felt you everywhere else. So are we tribal? Yeah. This is a fact. Man, I was getting epic ass pushback on Bobby Wagner. This is a fact. I'm over here like, man, I'm like, say, I can see Bobby. Like, I know he lost a step. Man, Rebel, man, they was in here like, boss, shut your mouth. But this is also an environment where that's accepted. This is an environment to where, hey, if you disagree, call in. And see, you know we tribal. You know some of this is tribal. Some of this is tribal. Let me show you some tribal shit. And it's disrespectful. Some of this is disrespectful tribalism. Like this guy right here. He said, now this is from the debate we had yesterday. He said, I've been saying that Lou and Boss got to be the smartest man in the room complex. He said that on my channel. He said that on my channel. Then somebody else jump in there, I agree. It's like, who y'all been watching? Now, what's really going on is likely they insecure because me and Lou, when we come with a lot of research. So we don't back down easy, and we don't back down because it's a Okoye. We don't go up there like, oh man, that's a legend. We don't give a damn. We don't give a damn. We don't care who it is. And shout out to my brother Okoye, because you know before we did the debate, I said, hey bro, I'm gonna try to make sure we keep a cool tone because we can get, you know, we can get crazy. He said, nah. He said, I prefer it gangster. Cause he a G. Okoye wasn't tripping. He said, you put people down? Yeah, I do. I do put people down, but I put people down that's disrespectful. Yeah, I don't just call out people just, nah, but if you disrespectful, yeah, I'm gonna check you. Quick. I'm gonna be very petty. And I was petty to him. I told him straight up. If you've been saying that, you are insecure and a liar. Yeah. And look, what kind of shit is to go on your channel and say, I've been saying that Lou and Boss got to be the smartest in the room. Go take that glaze shit over to somebody else. You could have put that comment on the Okoye channel. You didn't have to go put that on my channel. So then when I check somebody like this, oh Boss, oh no man, you be putting people down. Yeah, I do. I would check you quick. Which goes down to tribal. How much, and I'm asking a real question. How much of the disagreements is about us versus the Cowboys? I gotta ask that question. That's why I said I want to slow down. Yeah, and so like, listen, man, I'm gonna definitely handle this tonight because this is the number one thing that's tripping y'all up, and I'm not picking on you, bro. I'm just saying. You see how I said that we was disagreeing, and I said I'm not picking on you, bro. And see, David, cool, he disagrees, and I said I'm not picking on you. But see, if he fly, I would have been fly. Me and David was saying something different at the time. Now people will call me rude, but I'm over here talking about I'm not picking on you. I just disagree with what you're saying. So I show David respect. But then people will come in and they'll be like, Okoye schooled you. And then they'll think like, bro, you don't think I'm finna check you for capping? Like, you might even say he won. But to be on some he schooled you, bro, you trying to clown, bro. You on some clown shit. You playing. And then y'all expect me to be the bigger man. No, I'm not. I'm finna be an asshole. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm gonna be an asshole right back. He say, my boy with Keystone, he say, legends sharpen legends just like iron. Absolutely. Absolutely. Sabotage that we sabotaging ourselves. He said, boss, name the last 5 Super Bowl winners and who was their edge. Listen, bro, every one of them has some effective edges, brother. I want y'all to listen to that. See, because that's the narrative that's going around. In the last Super Bowl, who was elite? Every one of them. And we not gonna also play it like that where it's just about who won it. Cause see, yeah, and see, look, my boy said, David said, he meant this, bro. He said, thanks for the love and respect. Yeah, because when we was disagreeing, I wasn't trying to embarrass him. I wasn't calling him out. That's him right there. That's him right there. I just said, bro, I disagree. And he never was tripping. We was just going back and forth like men. Like, this is where I see it different. And he never saw it as disrespectful because I went out my way to say, I'm not trying to trip, bro. I just see it different. Let me tell you why I disagree with what you just said. We were just talking about facts. That's it. And he didn't take it personal. He's sitting here right now. He said, thanks for the love and respect. Because we talked it out like men. It wasn't tribal. He raised his concern and I said, nah. Nah, they had some elite edges on them Super Bowl teams too, bro. And I feel you on Alex Highsmith. I do feel you. My brother just said, I hope we get at. The only concern I have with him is his injuries. But his tape was dope. We checked him. We put him on tape. Let's not act like San Fran should have beat Kansas City. Let's not take that out what I just said. Let's not act like San Fran should have beat Kansas City. See, don't leave that out of your edge trends because everybody's saying, look at the teams that won. Also look at the teams that should have won and see who was on their team. Let's not act like Bosa wasn't on that San Fran team going crazy. See, they trying to make the case like teams don't go after edges, don't need them, so why should we? It's like, no, teams are still trying to get elite edges. That's why Philly has made a run at every major pass rush that's been available. Everyone. They tried to go at Miles when he was saying that he wanted a trade. They tried to go for Micah. The Dallas Cowboys literally had to put in Green Bay contract to never trade Micah to the Eagles. They just tried to go after Crosby. The contending teams was trying to get Crosby. New England was trying to get Crosby. Let's not act like Bosa wasn't acting a goddamn fool that year. Let's not act like Bosa, when they won the Super Bowl, Kansas City, only because of the mistakes of San Fran. Let's not act like Bosa wasn't the man. Let's not act like he didn't make no difference to San Fran getting to the Super Bowl. We not going to play that game. Like edges don't matter. Why are we doing that, Cowboy Nation? Why are we doing that? Why? My tone was tripping right there. I was. David, I apologize. I was tripping right there. My tone was a little bit too much. Just keeping it real. I got to check myself too. So I apologize. We have went too far. That's what I'm trying to explain to people. We have really went from, and it's literally against the laws of football, written in stone. And see, the reason why you don't see, and see, this is what's really happening. It's this false why. See, we see the what, but we getting the why wrong. So we say it wasn't an elite. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? We said, we saw what happened. We getting the why wrong. So we saw that these teams had all these DTs. We saw what happened. But the why, we messing that up. That's what we messing up, the why behind it. See, what we saying is, we saw what happened with all these DTs. But then we reaching and saying, so that means Don't even go for an elite edge. Don't even do it because you don't need it. See, the why, no. Because again, none of us will do that at quarterback. Hold on real quick. I respect this. We go talk about this because these are not my laws. These are common sense football laws. This is fair, so I'm going to address this. My brother said, your laws of football don't mean it's right. See, these are not my laws. These are not my laws. These are football 101 laws. What do I mean by that? We can't say edge. Appreciate it, Rebel. That Dallas hat, yeah, when I saw this hat, I was like, I gotta have it. I saw it. Where did I get this hat? I think he got this hat at the gallery. I was like, man, I saw that D. I was like, I gotta get it. But this is what I mean by, and I'm being respectful when I say this, bro. It's backwards for us to say the only thing you need is DTs when your highest value positions are still quarterback, edge, and tackle. The market itself says that edge is still exponentially valuable. It's written in stone. It's written in stone every year. Every year. Every year, what's the first things off the draft? Quarterback, edge, and tackle. What are the first things almost every year that goes first? But these supposed to be my rules. No, this is football 101 rules. Football 101 says when you can and have the ability to get a top rated edge rusher, you do it. And it's written in stone like Moses did the 10 Commandments. But what we do in Cowboy Nation is we rewrite the whole rules. See, what we trying to do is say, because you have DT, edge is not even important. You can stop the run. That's not true. That's against football 101. And see, these rules have been in place since leather helmets. It's been understood and reflected in the draft, in the markets, in paychecks, all of that. Yeah, and this is a great question. I love David's question. He say, so boss, answer this question. Did Sam Darnold prove you don't have to be an elite QB to win? Exactly. But see, David, this is what people won't do. We could all say you can win a Super Bowl without an elite quarterback. That's what people saying. You can win the Super Bowl without an elite edges. But you know what people won't do? They won't say, but if you get a chance at an elite quarterback, pick Sam Darnold. See, that's what we're doing at the edge. That's the difference. See, the difference is when you have a chance at an elite edge rusher, people saying, we don't need all of that. See, it's one thing to have Sam Darnold. It's one thing to choose Sam Darnold when you had the option to do better. See, Cowboy Nation is saying we might even have the option to do better, but don't do it because Seattle did it without elite edge. You see the difference? The difference is we got common sense when it comes to quarterback, and we do the total opposite when it go to edge. I do understand you can win a Super Bowl without elite edge. But let's not also twist it to say if any one of them teams had a chance to upgrade their edge, they wouldn't. See, but that's what we saying. You see the difference? And it's dangerous. Pass rusher in these Super Bowls. That's the what. So then they go crazy with the why and say, which means you. Boy, Judah, you be lying. But you off to some major lies today. You been lying all day. They will say nobody's saying that. Boy, you are lying. You are straight lying. That is the overwhelming talking point in the streets. Is there's no need to go after Crosby because we're good enough. You don't need him. No, we ain't gonna do that. The real reason why you don't see a lot of elite pass rushers in the Super Bowl, because it's only 5 of them in the league every year. And they're treated like quarterbacks to where teams lock them up and marry them. And usually don't let them get away. So if you got 5 players, what's the chance of any 5 making a Super Bowl? What's the chance of any 5? We talking about 5 to 6. Yeah, let me address this because this is fair, and I want to address and just make sure everybody with what I'm saying. My brother David said. He said, Seattle proved to me and Eagles with Jalen Hurts and Dak is better than both, but not once has Dak had the best team in the league. Gotcha. Exactly. So, yeah, good point. But what people are saying is because you have to go back to Von Miller to find an elite pass rusher that won it. It's like, no. Go look and see who when Philly won that thing. Go watch Sweat and see what he did in the Super Bowl. Y'all remember that? Oh, so we gonna act like Sweat wasn't in the conversation of being the Super Bowl MVP over Carter and Jordan Davis? Or we gonna act like Sweat didn't tear up that Super Bowl, had Mahomes running for his life? Okay. We gonna act like it wasn't Hassan Reddick. We gonna act like when Philly made it to the Super Bowl about 5 years ago, we gonna act like that wasn't a team that had Hassan Reddick. I was tripping. I was having a brain fart. But Hassan Reddick was dope as hell. In the Super Bowl. Smoked him. Put him in a pipe. Smoked him. And blew him out. Was elite that year. What's my boy name? That edge that was dope as hell, used to kill steel. I can't remember his name. Hassan Reddick. So it's like, nah, we ain't gonna do that, bro. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna. See, now what I'm doing is I'm giving a counter case. So when people would say, name the edges that was elite that won it, it's like, let's really look at that. Because see, we both know Philly should have also won that first one too. It was Jalen Hurts that fumbled that messed them up for winning. If they would have won, guess what? You could have put an elite check by edge rusher. Am I lying? I'm asking a question. If Jalen Hurts don't fumble, could we put a check by elite pass rusher in that Super Bowl? I'm asking the question. And my boy say Pierce had 10.5 sacks last season as a rookie. You can hit, but it's not logical. That's fair. See, that's fair. That's fair. It's possible to hit. Because Crosby was a hit in the 3rd round. You can hit, but it's not liked. See, I can't fight you. You know, but somebody go say, Boss got to be the smartest man in the room, even though I'm publicly admitting that C made a good point. Now, you can publicly admit to the whole world, see, you made a point I can't refute. But then people will still come in and say, Boss and Lou got to be the smartest guys in the room. Even though you publicly saying, see, you made a damn good point right there. Just be like, we don't need edge because it's been a trend of no elite edges in the Super Bowl. I mean, that won it. They was in it. Shit. Yeah. He say, lack of cohesive team philosophy breeds stagnation and zero accountability from our fans, our players, and ownership and management. Yeah, I hate this philosophy, bro. And you know the thing about, I hate it. I mean that too. I hate it. I hate it. About this, the thing I hate about this is loud. That's the thing I hate. That's why I said Judah's a liar. Because it's loud. See, nobody's saying that, Judah lying ass. You've been lying all day. Lying ass. Lying your ass off all day. Ain't nobody's saying that. No, they saying that shit loud. We don't need edge. Pass rush is overrated. Sacks are overrated. Shit is loud. Damn lie. Our players and ownership and management. Yeah, I hate this philosophy, bro. And you know the thing about this? It's loud. The thing I hate about this is loud. I hate it. It's loud. It's like a lot of people over here like, yeah, we don't. Hassan Reddick. Yeah, Hassan. People act like Hassan Reddick wasn't doing his thing. Let me go back to that though. See, that's the danger of this, is that it's loud. And when we loud together, our voice matter. See, people think when I say our voice matter, that's for good ideas. No, our voice matter on bad ideas too. So when we over here like, we don't need edge, you basically telling Stephen Jones you can be cheap. You basically telling him you was willing to trade a first and a second for Crosby. Put it up. Put it in your pocket. Don't even consider Sweat. Don't even do it. You don't need it. Don't even take a risk with Kayvon for a third. Don't even do it. You don't need it. It's loud. It's loud. It's real loud. And it's a lot of people. Amen. Amen. Shit. We don't need Crosby. We don't need Sweat. We don't need Thibodeau. We're good with Gary. It's loud. And we literally over here like, Gary, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We can stop the run. That's all you need to do is stop the run. You stop the run, you can win the championship. What if a team is driving to win Oh shit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What if that quarterback is Aaron Rodgers from 2016 and it's 3rd and 20? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, I need pass rush now. Oh, shit. I need pass rush. Yeah. That's what I've been trying to tell you. Yeah. It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Y'all pushing like we have it. We don't. These pass rushers on paper are the same as the same pass rushers last year, but worse. Somebody has to tell the truth. It gotta be me again. I was telling the truth on the one text, was treated like a liar the whole time. I was telling the truth when I was saying we needed a one tech. I was telling the truth the entire time, and people were saying this channel is negative. But they're literally taking the fruits of the labor of this channel and others and weaponized it against Edge. And it's wild. It's wild. And somebody got to be the bad guy. Somebody got to be the person to say, this ain't good enough. This ain't. I appreciate what you did on the back end. I like what you did. I can say that I feel like we're better on the back end. I can say that I feel like you draft well. But I am lying to the supporters of this channel if I tell you to your face, I feel that we're good. What I hope is that I'm wrong. I want to be wrong. I sincerely want to be wrong. I hope they make me eat the fattest crow of all time. I pray that we 4 weeks into the season and we got so many sacks and pressures that I got to go do a show and say, Boss is doing an Eat Crow show on Edge. I want to do that show from the bottom of my heart. I will happily do the show too. I won't be mad. I won't be embarrassed. I will actually probably have a real life crow that I cooked and would eat a crow on camera. But I'm also willing to warn. That Gary, he stops the run. He stops the run. We're good, boss. You're panicking. Oh. My boy Keystone. Damn. Hold on real quick. I smell agents, boss. Damn. Agents, bruh. Y'all remember I got kicked off Twitter.
You can't handle the truth.
See, a lot of people can't handle this. Like for real. Yeah. So I wanted to do a reaction to my reaction. Right? I wanted to be calmer than what I was because I was very upset as I was Okay. I like this question by David. Man, y'all funny, man. Listen, bro. We be having lurkers. We be having some weird shit, bro. Like for real. Nah, for real. Nah, for real. He not lying. Keystone not lying. He said, boss, as of right now, what do the Patriots have better on defense than we have right now? They went worse to Super Bowl in one season. I think that is the question of the day. And David, you perfectly laid it up for your boy. What the Patriots have, in my opinion, that we don't have right now is aggression. They was aggressive. They was aggressive to spin. They was aggressive to do what it took. If you go listen to us, and a lot of us, you hear passive shit like, this is a 2 to 3 year rebuild anyway. You're not hearing stuff like, this is what we should be hearing if we was like New England. You should be hearing, Jerry, you was willing to trade a first and a second for Crosby. So you showing you sitting on the capital. If you was willing to spend a first and a second for Crosby, you're not willing to take a risk for Kayvon and use that third, which would likely be what he would be around, because he on his fifth year. He on his fifth year. The Giants know they gonna likely pay one elite pass rusher because they so expensive. He was playing hurt last year. A lot of teams knew that they had a top rushing team, so they was getting the ball out fast on all of them. They made it very hard to be productive for the Giants. So if we was aggressive and not passive, we wouldn't be over here like, well, you was willing to give away a first and a second, but I'm not willing to have any more talks on trading away one of them picks for a guy with huge upside that we could potentially place him with the ghostwriter and put those special pass rush moves mixed with top 5 elite talent and run the Pickens play all over again. Because that's basically what they did with Pickens. Pickens was on his final year, right? So they was like, we'll give you a third. We'll give you a third. We'll rent him and see how it works. If it work out, we gonna have to pay him. Talking about Pickens. If it don't, we wasted a third on a rental. But that's aggressive. And if we been like New England, we would be aggressive. We would be aggressive. We would be like, shit, this boy just had 12 sacks, man. And this boy has actually said within the last 4 days that he's looking to be traded. Now, I was willing to put up a first and a second for Crosby. What could I potentially give up for Sweat? Is he Crosby? No. Is he better than everything in our room with pass rush? Absolutely. So what separates us from New England is aggression. A lot of Cowboy fans want to let's draft. Let's lean on a rookie. Okay. If you do that, you're taking a big risk. Like my boy C said, it could work. It was a rookie that had last year 10-something sacks or something like that. But the chances is super slim. super slim for a guy to come out in his first year going against the best athletes. Because, see, your best athletes are low-key your tackles in the world. Boy, y'all better hear what I just said. People be thinking the best athletes receivers. Boy, your best athletes are tackles and edges in the world. Freaks. We talking about men that's usually 6'6", 320, can dance. Freaks. Aliens. So listen, the bottom line of this is this. This is the bottom line. This is the whole bottom line. Hear me out. And it's simple. The same person that was warning that we need a veteran at One Tech is giving the same warning for edge. The same people that was saying, Mozzie gonna be good year one. I was like, don't do it. Don't trust Mozzie. Year one, year two, or year three. The same people that was, let's trust Jay. And I was the one that was over here like, no, get a vet. I have literally the exact same message for edge. Now everybody else gonna say, you wouldn't trust that rookie or this rookie?
Oh, hell no!
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
No. For Dak's window, in my honest opinion, you need to get a guy that we feel good, that can give us production now. If you really want to take advantage of Q and the fact that we know he's going to be doubled, give him somebody with tremendous upside. So when he is doubled, you got an absolute fool and super dog in terms of winning the one-on-one. Sitting right there. So, listen, man. I know I went long today, but this one honestly pissed me off because it reminded me of the times people was taking for granted my One Tech campaign. And it reminded me that these same people who was, boss, we don't need One Tech. Why do you do so much content about shoes? Are you just trying to be right? Are you just doing content to get attention? Why do you do?
Is it the shoes?
Why do you do so much content on needing DTs? Literally, those same people literally took the whole case that we made on improving One Tech and weaponized it against Edge. And the worst thing that I hate is they did it as if they was for the cause of One Tech in the first place. And most of these people were not. They were not. So now they got all these wisdom on build from the inside out. Where was you when we was calling for it? Where was you when we was pushing for it? Doing the exact same thing you doing now. Pushing to be mediocre. And I don't believe in mediocrity in trying to win a championship. I don't believe in it. I don't. I believe in going for it. I believe it takes talent and coaching. And I honestly don't believe that the fans and front office yet has fully took care of Parker. You can't sell me that they have fully taken care of Parker. Nope, not yet. Until you get him what's a staple, a literal staple to the success historically of his defense. Vic Fangio has always gotten off when he had a lead dog, edge rusher. Always. But worse, his systems suffered when he was in a committee. We have a committee right now. And somebody got to sound the alarm. So I guess it's me again. It's your boy Boss Show Me. To the next live, to the next video. I got a very, very dope presentation coming up. Hold on real quick. I was just finna go. But before I go, I need my shooters. Before I go, can y'all do me a favor? Shoot this dude, please. When I say shoot, that means delete him off the channel.
Everybody around me shooters, ain't no telling who was shooting.
And so, you know, I heard somebody say, boss, you do be calling people out. It's people like this that get called out. So before I go, I want to first make sure that this is a confirmed kill. I don't want to see anybody like this on my channel, period. I don't want you on the channel. I don't care about your views. I don't care about none of that. I want you gone. Too many facts was presented today to come in playing with me. I don't feel like playing. Before we get out here, I want to make sure that this is a confirmed kill. Then I'm going to be out. Mods, let me know when this dude is smoked. Real talk.
Everybody around me shooters, ain't no telling who was shooting.
I'm just waiting on the confirmation of the confirmed kill, and I'm out. Thank you. And just shot him. Appreciate it. So it's your boy Boss Show Me. Into the next live, into the next video. I got a really, 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 really big presentation that I'm gonna do today. Lou energized this thought, and it's gonna be kind of in this vein but different. So where we're still gonna be trying to warn about the risk of complacency and being aggressive. Thank y'all. To the next one. I'm out. Peace.